Okay, in this lab, we are going to be setting up the payment methods that are acceptable at the online store that we just created. So for that, I'll go back to my commerce headquarters and I'll go back to the store, the new online store that I created in the same online store form. And uh, actually, before I go and set up the payment methods, I just want to highlight that we need to, because we would be testing the buy online, pick up and store kind of a scenario. So we would be setting up fulfillment group. So fulfillment group is basically is gonna tell if the inventory is fulfillable from a group of store instead of only from DCs or warehouses. So this is achievable through fulfillment groups. So we have a grouping called all stores. So this is what we're going to use. So all stores would be able to fulfill any requirements or demands from this online store. All right, so we have set up the fulfillment group. Now we're going to click on the payment methods for this store to specify the payment methods that are applicable for this store. So we're going to click on the payment methods here in the setup. And here we're going to click new. So the very first thing that we would want our online store to be able to accept is a card payment, right? So for that, we would be setting up a payment method for type card, and in the card there could be multiple types of cards, like there could be credit cards, there could be loyalty cards. So let's start with credit cards. So for that, we would select payment method to be 3, which is cards, and terms of payment, credit card, and operation name we'll select as pay card. Okay, and then in some of the settings below in the postings, so we need to define the ledger accounts. So in the ledger account number 1, we will set up the dummy account or the demo data account. So we're going to be using 0. Okay, and for the difference account, we're going to be using 618150, which is customer expenses, and then the big difference amount is 618140. And then once we click save, we would be able to add additional details. So this information is registered for each card setup. Do you want to copy the chain to each card setup? Say yes. And then once you have this saved, you can click on electronic payment setup. So once you click on electronic payment setup, this is where you could define what are the different type of credit cards that you would allow to be accepted at the online store. So we are definitely going to be using Visa, because that is what our demo card is. So we're going to be using Visa, save and new. We're going to be using, we can add Amex. So you can add as many card types that you would be accepting. MasterCard, so I'm going to use these 3. But make sure you accept the type of card which you're going to be using for your payment processing for the testing purposes. So that definitely should be added. So you don't have to add everything, but the payment method or the credit card that you're going to use for testing purposes, that type of credit card should be added. So here our test card is a Visa type of card, so we're gonna definitely add Visa. And now we have added cards. We're gonna add few more payment methods, such as we're gonna add loyalty. So we're gonna enable loyalty at my online store. So we're going to be allowing loyalty cards, and then in the operation, terms of payment, you can say pay loyalty card. So we don't need to put any terms of payment here. And then for the ledger account, we are going to be setting up same account numbers. All right, so now we have created, yes, loyalty cards, and we could also set up gift cards. So we'll also allow gift cards to be accepted. So I'm going to use payment method 8, and in the operation we're going to use pay gift card. Okay, and then here we're going to be using similar type of setup. So we need to set up some ledger accounts which would be used in the end of day processing. So it's important to have these defined, otherwise your end of day statement will not get posted. Okay, difference amount is 618,150, and bit difference is 618,140. All right, so we have created 3 types of cards that would be accepted in my newly created online store. With that, this lab comes to an end, and we'll see the subsequent configuration in the next labs.